Hey, it's Jennifer Hensley, and it's Tuesday. We're back here talking about marketing and your business. And as a small business, how do you continue to grow? And today we're talking about your brand identity, your brand personality. Might be something that you feel a little bit like, I don't even know where to begin with that or what that really even means. I know I was talking with some clients yesterday, and I think some of the questions I asked them really caused them to pause and think, I haven't really thought about it that way. Nobody's ever asked me these questions. So let me give you some of the things that you can be thinking about, as well as some really practical tips that you can get started with as you're thinking about maybe you're planning for the next year and how you want to set yourself out from your competition, how you can wow your ideal clients, create more advocates so you can have a bigger impact in your business. So the first thing we want to talk about in terms of im- eh, brand identity, brand personality, and everything is, a simple exercise I recommend people do. Think about if you were to use three emojis to describe your brand, your firm, and your brand, what would that be? What would you choose? And, there's so many options out there. I love this discussion because, especially if you have a team, it'd be interesting to hear what everybody suggests. And what does that really mean to them? So you think about what's most important in terms of your brand identity. So a fun, easy place to get started in terms of thinking about what you want your brand to represent and what are some of the things most important to you. Obviously, you probably have your own values, your values of your company, but this is another way of like, how can you actually start to like visualize that, materialize that, maybe use that a little bit more, maybe even in some discussions. Number two, think about if you were to describe your brand and what you do in 1 to 2 words, and I know this is super hard, I'm challenging you, 1 to 2 words, what would it be? How would you describe that? I love the Savannah Bananas. If you haven't followed them, they are amazing and do unbelievable, unconventional marketing. And for them, if you were to use 2 words, you'd use fans first. Now, do I really have to say anything else besides that? Or does that, in a nutshell, tell you what they are all about? So that's what you're aiming for. What's that 1 or 2 words that if you could really boil it down to, you want to be known for, you want to stand for? Number three, what do you want people, especially your ideal client, to be known for, to feel and think about your brand? How do you want them to feel? What do you want them to think? Because you want them out there talking about you. So that's really important. Number four, what do you want to be known for? So that might come back to that same thing of like fans first. In that example, the Savannah Bananas, or ultimately, what is it that's really most important to you that you want to be known for, that people can instantly think about you and say, oh, yeah, you need that. This is the team for you, or this is the firm for you. You want something that instantly makes it easy for people to be like, oh, you mentioned this problem. I have the perfect person that can solve that, right? The more I talk to different advisors and attorneys that understand their niche and the unique way they do things, the phrases they use, the stories they talk about, what they enjoy doing most, it's always so much fun to see how it's more than just peace of mind, that they all have their own unique story and bring that to life. So here's some things you can do just kind of immediately besides thinking about those emojis to get started with your brand idea. One is think about your images and your icons, your how the look and feel of your content comes off. So what you can do is go on your website, on your social media profiles, and look at your cover image. If you have a picture of a desert and you're in New York City, and for some reason, like, there's nothing particular about your brand that talks about the desert or applies to the desert, does that feel consistent to you? Or does it feel like, what does this have to do with what they do or who they're trying to help? So think about what your image is and what it might be conveying. There's tons of different stock photos options out there. You can easily switch that out or, create your own personalized images. But an easy, simple place to get started is think about, what does that kind of communicate if you were a consumer? Put yourself in their place. Think about those images in terms of your personality. You can go to my website, playmakercoach.com. We got a couple brand personality assessments, the Fascinate one, a couple that are just super fun and really prompt a lot of discussion of, hey, am I a brand that's about prestige? Am I more about mystique, about power, about creating alert what kind of brand are you? Because then you know how to communicate and others know what to expect from you. That's what great brands do. And then over time, I would say, as part of this journey, continue to look for opportunities to get feedback directly from your clients and ideal clients and prospects. Ask them, what do they think about your brand? What are the words that they use? You don't have to figure this all out alone. And it doesn't ultimately matter if we think it's one thing, if nobody else sees that coming through or thinks about us in that way, right? So it's important to make sure that we're really connecting and to our clients and asking for their input, bringing them along in that journey with us because we do know it's an evolution. It's going to continue to change. So today, number one thing, if I leave you one thing on where to get started, is just think about this. When you're talking with clients and prospects, be mindful of why are they having a conversation with you? What are they looking for? What are they saying? Just be intentional in those conversations. Take 15 minutes once a week to kind of reflect on what are you hearing, what's coming out. That will give you so much great knowledge to be able to answer all these questions, to take that forward and have an even stronger, clearer, more compelling brand that attracts your ideal client as you go into 2023. If you need any help on any of these, please reach out. Let us know how we can help you or where you're struggling. And we'd love to have a conversation around that. I'll drop in the comments some of the links to those personality assessments and love to see in the comments what your emojis are. I like to use a soccer ball, a tree, some other ones and everything in there. I won't go through all of that right now, but I'd love to see what yours are or why you chose those emojis. So we'll be back next Tuesday, same time, talking more about marketing ideas to help you create a winning system and a winning business. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.